I've been painting for a long time. I kind of come out of a sort of minimalist background, a lot of pattern painting, and triangles and progression and all the color theory and a lot of that business. And I'm now painting more with imagery. I'm really concerned with issues of actual light. I'm almost more interested in painting the light source than in painting the effects of light and shade. It's that kind of overexposed moment that I'm kind of after that. So I do paintings of candlelight, and I do paintings of chandeliers and actual lights, and I'm very close to almost even just doing paintings of lit light bulbs. The painting outside that's called Automatic Movement is all crystal balls, but what's really informing the painting is the exact same, whatever it is, 7 fluorescents and 2 incandescent bulbs that are in the ceiling. These are what make the forms of these crystal balls, and every single one of them has the same information in some similarly distorted way. A lot of paintings of fireworks. That seems to be something that I go back to all the time. And also I'm doing a lot of painting these days that are, I kind of call them architectural landscapes. I'm a designer, I build sets in the film industry, and I do get to film in a lot of interesting places, and I think that it's really cool, the old theaters in downtown LA, where we'll go to film a pizza commercial or whatever it happens to be, but my role as an art director is to be that person who is the curious one, who then goes, oh, I wonder what happens if I go to the 2nd floor, and I wonder what this stairwell looks like, and I wonder where that stairwell goes, and can I get on the roof, and then what will that be like? And so consequently, in those kinds of paintings about those places, there's almost a hidden mystery. There's a mysterious narrative that the painting doesn't quite answer, but there's this kind of, how did we even get in this room? What's going on? Because this is a very unusual point of view, and something either just happened or something is about to happen. And that's kind of where it's really interesting to me now, something like that, and being able to draw from my own experiences. That's where I think it's gotten kind of interesting for me, is that really only in the last few years I'm allowing myself to use all of the vocabulary that I've collected from going on location, from doing a Ford commercial at 4 o'clock in the morning in the Bonneville Salt Flats. But that gets me somewhere, that gets me to a place that then becomes interesting for another reason. And ultimately I'll get around to making some painting about having been there, that sort of very isolated sunrise or something like that, and realizing that I'm the only one that's collecting this information. This is my own kind of alphabet, and then I can work from it. And I have this way of, it is the 21st century. I take photographs, and I paint my paintings when I can paint them. Every now and then I'll paint, in my backyard I'll do paintings of the lilies when the lilies are growing, but that is such a privilege of time that I don't really have, that I can't go to the desert and then spend the next 12 hours working on one little painting. I have to keep taking pictures, and then someday those pictures will work their way to the top of the stack and they'll become paintings. I haven't even known Ricardo that long, maybe only 3 or 4 years. It's one of the nicest things that happens about being in this group called the Ojai Studio Artists, is that we do get to meet other artists, and we do get to make friends that way. And when Ricardo kind of joined that group, there was just some sort of instant camaraderie that he picked up on. Also, we keep in touch with each other. 2 years ago, my wife Susan and myself, we schlepped a whole bunch of our work up to his school. He teaches, he's an unbelievably dedicated teacher of ceramics in a very small community college in a very small farming town up in the Central Valley, and he's just on it 24/7. And Susan and I went up there and did a show for him. They have a gallery, he teaches kids how to put up shows and all that stuff, and it was the greatest thing to just give to these kids who aren't exposed. And that was just a part of this this funny friendship we have. I don't get funny emails from people, and it just seems like it's so easy to dig on each other. I mean, to tease each other, and it's like I don't have a relationship like that with anybody else, with any other artist or something like that. And there's also some kind of compatibility that I've noticed instantly between our work, of how good our work looks together, and that I'm showing paintings that I'm very familiar with, paintings that have been around the block and all this, but there's a new breath of fresh air just due to the sort of the juxtaposition of these things together in the show, and it's all fresh again. It's all really nice, and I'm really pleased to be doing the show here. This place has always meant a lot to me, and I've always liked the way things go together in these kinds of display cases. And so that's really what I sort of really wanted to concentrate on in the show, is kind of finding these relationships.